and get a lot of information, because the amount of options that I'm seeing in Mumbai, especially, are too vast for him to really physically go and travel and check it out. And if this mode of information that you're going to advise him on an interactive mode, that too he can ask his questions and get as if he has come to your office and visited the builder's site. And these recordings, when you give him, you are giving him the most powerful empowerment.
Yes, Pankaj, I
And
will just tell you something. Yeah, correct, Pankaj. Can you, I mean, am I audible? Can you hear
yes,
me?
absolutely, very fine.
Okay. So, Pankaj, we just had our morning weekly internal review meeting, and we were just trying to understand what we are doing, where we are going. We know what we're doing, but exactly how are we moving forward? And in our internal meeting, and we all of us together, we have a small team of 6 people. All our members, we sit together, we strategize things, and one of the key things which we had discussed today, the outcome of that meeting was that we need the entire process of real estate transaction, right from when a person thinks about real estate till the person goes and stays into the property, or when he moves into the property. The entire process is what we as our team is now working on, and this is going to be online.
Absolutely.
So the minute Pankaj Sampat thinks about buying an office in Bandra Kurla complex, he's got to think about SHK Venture. And right when we hand over the possession, till that time, we going to handhold him. So right from your thoughts to the physical aspect of real estate transaction, is going to be a part of SHK Ventures.
Very interesting. I'm very surprised that somebody from Bombay has taken such a big leap, and you are giving a lot of attention to the details of his buying process. And this is the biggest service in your portfolio of services to a client, which he has to understand that it is something, it's a very big decision for him. And when you give it to him in this fashion on a webinar, I'm sure you're going to have a set time and a date on which he can ask his questions and keep in touch with you all the time, because the traffic situation is so very bad.
Yes, yes. I was just talking to another friend of mine this morning, and he said, "Kabhi milna hai." मैंने कहा किस बात के लिए मिलना है? We have this habit now of milna hai, milna hai. I
Yes.
said, why? What is the agenda? We don't have an agenda. We don't have an agenda. I'm not saying we have an agenda like this, because we all have agendas, but we don't know exactly. A lot of time is being wasted. Traffic, Bombay is in a very bad state because of the metro being developed now. So you wait. It's a waste of time going to an office for 1 hour travel time. Then you're there for half an hour. Then again you come back 1 hour to 2.5 hours, 3 hours for something which could be done on the email. It could be done on WhatsApp. It could
On
be
your
done
phone.
live. On the phone itself. I have my phone right here. Absolutely. There you are. Everything is right here. I don't need to go anywhere.
And
So I mean,
it increases your geographical reach. You are not restricted to Mumbai. People from Delhi, Bangalore, London, Dubai, all can connect with you, because today there's no geographical boundary as such.
now let me tell you something very interesting, Pankaj. इसको क्या हो गया? Please go ahead. Uh, he can hear me, right? I can continue. Okay, I'll tell you something very interesting, Pankaj. Is that 6 months back, we were a very local real estate company. So, in terms of my business, I was focusing on commercial real estate between Koregaon to Bandra Kurla complex, and residential in around Amreli to June. Okay, that was my basic portfolio of real estate, what I was offering to clients. But the minute I thought of going online, the minute I was learning about digitalization, the power of webinars, the fact that I'm sitting here and talking to you from my office, this 6 months has been a rediscovery in terms of my own self. I realized that the potential I was having, and I'm a very small, or a very, I would say, a normal real estate consultant, not that intelligent, not that educated, basic education, basic knowledge. basic interaction. Yes, I'm a very good observer, but this whole thing has changed my perception. So now you will be happy to know that we are already tied up with leading developers of real estate companies across the globe, real estate organizations across the globe, and we are their channel partners. And you will be happy to know that we are marketing international real estate properties to the Indian buyers or any buyer for that matter. We believe that inbound investments and outbound investments is possible only because of this one thing called easy access to internet.
You got the nail on the head. You really pinned it. And I'm sure the world is going to be very happy more and more every day when you connect all the stakeholders, the builders, developers, the property owners, and the buyers in this fashion in a transparent way. And with RERA regulations coming into India, I see a big, big future for professional people like you. And I'm so proud and happy to be associated with you. Sangiji, you don't know how much I'm feeling that I could be part of your team working from Pune in this fashion, as you have already got a big team.
Yes, Pankaj, we will be very happy. Like just now, an earlier part of my conversation, I told you, and I'm very clear about it. Nobody can build a company, can build a team, and can do anything alone. It's a journey which you need people around you. So, it's right from my team, we are very, we take utmost care on all our vendors. Again, I believe, unfortunately, as Indians, we have this habit of cutting corners, cutting costs. That's a very, very wrong thing. We got to change that habit. We got to understand, we got to realize that if the vendor is an important aspect, an integral part of your business model, he should be the best. If you want to give the best to your client, the team has to be the best. You have to have the best vendor. You have to have the best business associates. Then only you can provide the best to the best of the clients. So we believe in the best. We have the best possible team. We have the best possible vendors, and we want to deal with the best kind of buyers, investors, and occupiers of the real estate industry, the business of real estate.
Sangiji, I have one very, very curious question in my heart for a long time. And that is, why does the world call it disruption? When I look at it as a very